Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. I know it's been a hot minute since I have posted any videos, and I apologize for that. I've definitely been on a journey, spiritual journey, a journey of truth and knowing myself better. Obviously there's a lot to learn, and I learn something new every day, and I also understand that I am a teacher, and I definitely have information to share. I think that what needs to be said, first and foremost, is the world's out of control. There's so much going on right now. You know, a lot of information about the things that are going on is being kept from us as humans. Those in control and power don't feel as though we could withstand the truth, because we have been indoctrinated and brainwashed and controlled for so long. That's why there has been this push to raise the consciousness level on this planet, because it's needed. There are things that exist in our past, our present, our future, that are beyond what we as humans and our minds can comprehend. However, a lot of the things that we have been told are our futures in our past are just created stories by men to impose fear, anxiety, conflict, to impose it within our society, to keep us under control, to keep us, profitable, to keep the poor poor and keep the rich rich, to keep us in a state of constant flux with our emotions, our actions, this rise of this psychological nightmare of narcissism and sociopathy, and a lack of humans even having any empathy, using things that are of the most important in when it comes to human relationships, mothering children, being able to trust family, and to have people supporting you when things get bad. It's just, as people, we are all in conflict. And for those of us who have taken a step back, like myself, after enduring so much pain, suffering, being a victim while being projected, or being having crimes projected upon me, and characteristics about my behavior or my character overall scapegoated, blamed, rejected, treated as if I deserve physical, emotional pain, having people that I love and trust the most hurt me without reason, to know the suffering of other people in numerous contexts, the things that have happened in my life, they're unbelievable. They are. For one person to have experienced so much, and a family member told me a long time ago and this is long before I understood that I have a purpose, and that these set of circumstances only reflected my need for inner transformation. She said, I've never in my life met someone who has such horrible experiences. You have to believe that you are the cause. And I actually took that in for a while. And if you just accept the imposition of others' beliefs on you as fact, you're never going to be who you're supposed to be. Because most likely, this is a projection of their own guilt if anybody's imposing things like that on you. But I do want to say, with all of this corruption, these lies, this big scheme to label me as unstable and dangerous, and all of these negative, horrible things based on an outside perspective of trauma and injustice, and involving race, and involving, things that should be held sacred, and you just believe there's no way this could be happening to innocent people like this. Why is no one doing anything? How come no one has stepped forward? Is she making this up? Is she crazy? The feeling of panic of basing things off of technological communication and it being interfered with and used as a way to traumatize you. After years of so much treatment in that way, people just started to believe this, that I created this, my fault. And once again, I acknowledge that I'm not perfect, I'm human. However, when it comes to harming others, that's not something I do. I love the truth. I tell the truth, and that's the biggest problem. In addition to, the truths that I found and the situations that I have, been inserted in and have experienced, or I've experienced in my life. Since I turned 33 in 2017, I had a spiritual awakening through the most emotional turmoil and sadness and loss over and over. But in the in-between time, it has been very difficult to express. As a human, when you've been treated in a way where people don't believe you, or you've been invalidated and rejected in things, for things that are out of this world, supernatural occurrences, abilities that you're experiencing, and to know that most likely no one's going to believe that. And I say that to say, I am an extremely intuitive woman. I have wisdom that is far beyond what I can encompass of my life and my education. Ways to solve problems, ways to speak about issues and know how that feels, to understand that everyone has a perspective of their pain, and to know the difference between people that are willing and open to healing and are able to, and those that only wish to inflict pain. And these are cycles and patterns in our lives and families, society, that actually could be addressed and healed and changed. As of yet, obviously, there has been a huge breach in what we consider divinity, God, higher power, Christ. Specifically speaking on how women have been demonized and slandered when it comes to what we know regarding religion, Christianity. Nothing has killed more people than Christianity. Specifically women, Jews, people that could hold the divinity. Because now that we're in this age of information, and we can use deductive reasoning to start questioning certain things, and having experiences as humans, because I am not the only female in this world that is highly sensitive. However, I do have a unique perspective due to my life circumstances and my true calling to transcend this mundane reality, although I did not choose to be in this position, nor did I know what my true calling was throughout all of this. I honestly felt crazy. I'm not. I'm home. I'm here to teach and to prove wrong and to show and to bring justice, to create a balance where there has been none, due to belief systems imposed upon us by people that want to stay in control by creating fear, division, and conflict, which actually has nothing to do with Christ. Things that are used to shame us as humans, created by Christianity. Things that are not of God and Christ consciousness, this royal consciousness that Jesus spoke out against and put his energy against. And the fact that we have a king's name on a book that we hold to be 100% accurate should bring pause to any true believer of Christ. When you think about the female and the way she's spoken of as a helpmate and a servant, then you think about how society has portrayed and treated women versus other religions and other belief systems, not extremist, how women are treated in those societies, not in the West. Do you feel like you're less of a believer if you question things, if you know that there are things removed and added by people that wanted to stay in power and hold a divinity that wasn't even theirs? That has created a divide, that something that needs to be experienced in this world by all of us. Love, protection, compassion, empathy. We are no longer able to experience that as people, or at least it's not able to be experienced by most people due to the lack of transparency and the lack of the ability of someone with certain words to be able to speak the words. And I know that I am here to do that. Now, when I say I'm experiencing things, some of these things I've experienced, for those that do know what I'm referring to, those that have this antiquated knowledge, esoteric understanding, gnosis, so to speak, those of certain cultures that are aware of what apocalypse really means, Greek form, and what has happened time and time again throughout human civilization, however, has been hidden for the West. Now, not for the top tiers of our society, the elite, Masons, etc. They're the secret keepers, right? What secret do you think they're keeping? And when you think about the Vatican and the Pope and the vault in the basement of all of the books and the secrets, and now the sudden worship of Mary by the church and the secrets of Fatima, these are all connected, because the big secret is that the divinity of the female, the goddess, the Holy Spirit of the Trinity, the protector of man, the protector of kings, the protector of innocent, the one that holds the ancient wisdom, has been reduced to a prostitute versus what the truth is. There are so many signs, proof of this, and there are many people that do know the truth. However, the belief of Western society, of this book, the Bible, not questioning whose hands did this book pass from when this country was incepted even. How many times do you think that book was changed when the United States of America was created? You assume that everything is based off of what you were taught, and then want to fight people if there is a question about these belief systems. Now, like I said before, the information is available to you, and I know I'm not usually talking about things like this. Obviously, justice, injustice, oppression, this tyrannical lifestyle that these abusers of power are living without conscience of the irreprehensible damage that they're doing to society. Obviously, these experiences in my life caused a shift. being alone and isolated and experiencing just destruction. Numerous attempts on my life, brutalizing me numerous times, violating me in every way, imprisoning me, assaulting me, mocking me, attacking me, pretending to be me, stealing my persona, stealing my money, like an all-out, just an obsession by a large group of people. And that group of people seems to have grown in some way, because as I was ascending deeper into like the dark parts of our country, because of what I was experiencing as far as injustice and corruption and oppression, and uncovering information, being able to uncover facts and documents and evidence, and with the ability to uncover things on a more mass scale based on my abilities. And for people to even, pretend like I'm just crazy, or try to, do really a diabolical plot, getting a fake therapist and getting all these people involved. You got to think there's got to be a more spiritual nature to this, because there's just no way that this was, going to be kept hidden. It had to be known. The truth is so important, and people hate it. They'll do anything to hide it. I'll do anything to reveal it. I know there are good people out there in positions of power that want to do the right thing and want to make a shift. And I think it's time for those people to really come forward. You see what's going on. And mentioning going into the deeper parts of this country. As I ascended, being tossed around like trash, trying to get justice, so afraid, really disillusioned, under, a severe amount of fear and psychological torment by people. Uncovered more massive scale crimes against humanity, federal crimes, etc., grant fraud, class action fraud, RICO charges within family court agencies. And that's not all. Justice is upon us. There's no more time or room for uncomfortable silence. It's time for truth that causes a shift in your perception of life and how to treat others, and the responsibility and its placement of people that are causing others pain and have. People who are violating the law, period, without prejudice, just unadulterated justice. Someone that really wants to address that. And for someone who, I have gone down the list, civil rights violations and federal crimes and violence against women crimes and all of these things, and the amount of crimes that are occurring without being charged or prosecuted, or the abusers of power or these criminals being held accountable, the fallout is beyond comprehension when it's compared to whatever reward was had by the people doing it at the time. It's time for a power greater than those that abuse theirs to come into play. And that power's coming, and it's here. So, just wanted to share a little bit about this right now. There's definitely a lot I have to say, more that I want to share. Have to revamp the platform. I've been shadow banned, didn't know what that was, didn't really know who was doing it, but obviously there's certain things to talk about. There's certain people they don't want you talking about it. So, as time goes on, I'm sure I will find a better platform to share my views and the wisdom that is granted to me from the Most High on as I reach out and get in touch with those that I am meant to be in contact with. So, until next time.